What's up, Tom?
Hey, bud.
We're back.
We are back.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, 2-week hiatus, you know?
Yes. We had a fight companion the week before,
Yeah,
right?
that was
Correct?
great. Yeah, that was a blast.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was on a Thursday night, correct?
Yeah, and it didn't go too late.
Sorry, I got the sound on.
Oh, jeez.
Well, let's hear if the sound is.
Yeah, let's see if the levels are on.
All right, but how was your Thanksgiving, my man?
Oh, really good. Really good. Low key. I worked Friday, so I didn't go too crazy. Thursday, sometimes we go hard at my dad's. Pool table, full bar, all cool shit. But amazing dinner at my dad's, all the traditional stuff. I worked out that morning. We usually do a good open mat on holidays.
Triforce.
Yeah, on all holidays we kind of do because everyone's around. So we really crushed it. Everyone showed up, and then we went and crushed food.
What's everyone?
Everyone, big group. You know what I mean? Just a big...
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Like, they post a big picture
Sure.
of like holidays, Sundays,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all that cool
Usually
stuff.
it's a good turnout. You know, you'd think people would want to be home with their families, but no, we want to go and choke each other.
Well, yeah.
Earn the meal.
You know, I would imagine it helps you deal with the stress when you get to the
For
the meal
anything.
and stuff
For
after.
anything. Yeah. Any stress relation,
you know.
it goes out the window when jiu-jitsu comes.
Yeah,
you can't
so it's
you
good.
can't think of anything else when someone's slobbering all over you.
Nice. By the way, Tommy, nice hoodie you got.
Oh, yeah,
wearing
love
there.
that, huh?
Would you like to,
Model it?
well, I don't know if you can stand up, but you can turn around in that chair. Well, you can stand up. Now turn around. I want to see the back of it. Show people there. It's got the Room Podcast logo on the back. So New England on the front. If you like them, want to buy one, want to support, they are, I think, $40. It's
Nice.
like
It's
$9.
thick.
It is.
Yep.
Isn't it a nice
so
one?
when I have a zip down, those are usually thick ones. The pullovers are thins, nice and thick, nice and warm for the winter.
People sleep in them.
Oh yeah, my wife fucking sleeps in a hoodie every night, you know, and I gear down. You know what I mean? We have different temperatures, me and her.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. I run hot, so I don't like blankets. I gear down when I sleep.
Yeah. Like every so often, I'll roll my feet up in it if I need it or
Yeah, if you
something
need
like
it.
that.
Yeah, but I stick my feet out the end and stuff.
Yeah, that's me too,
Love it,
man.
love it, yeah,
As a
I-
kid, I used to think things would grab me and shit because I used to watch
you
all the
would.
fucking shit and scary movies.
The good scary movies.
Fucking Exorcist really did
yeah.
it for me, man.
That one, yeah,
That shaking.
That
Got it.
fucking changed your whole generation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
yeah.
Didn't it?
Uh-huh.
I was afraid of Satan for like
Catholics.
years.
Yeah.
Like afraid, like I was going, like the devil was going to get
Did you
me.
think you had to pray and really go to
Yes,
church
I
and be
really
a good
did.
boy?
It really
Yeah.
fucked me up as a kid.
thought you
man.
had to be a good boy from
that
now
was
on?
a bad movie
Yeah,
for me.
good shit.
And my mother was really Catholic
Yeah,
at the time.
so you
really.
knew it.
Fuck, dude. Like,
So Italian
they're in
Catholic,
their
right? You're
glories.
Italian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dominican. I figure I don't want to
Yeah.
be too presumptuous, though.
But it was, it was
evil eye, you know?
Yeah, it was excellent. It was a good, it was a good time.
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, good upbringing, right?
Devil movies and shit like that. But yeah, I had a good Thanksgiving. Sorry, I work all the time, so I did work, but I got out at like 3:00, and my sister was having her, everyone over there, and that started at 2, so I didn't miss much. And then I actually went out and watched the Dallas game at the dive bar. I play High-Low Jack at. So it was a good night for me.
I feel like I didn't even make it to the Patriots game Saturday night because I was Thursday night on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of it because I
you're
was
doing your thing.
on my phone and
Yeah.
doing shit,
Watching fights and shit at
Fucking-
the
yeah,
bar.
I was like all over it.
Yeah,
But it was a good night for me. Thanksgiving was nice,
Good.
Got
Good
a
foods.
little extra money. Cool. Walter and Joey are ready to go.
Ready to
We're
rock?
gonna talk for a couple more minutes.
Cool.
And have them on. I'll let me just message them. Let's say 8:16. Give us 3 minutes.
give it a weird number.
3 minutes. I said.
I'm still looking at your clock. That's still on pre daylight savings time.
Dude, should I just? Someone made me that clock.
I know it's a nice piece.
It is nice. When you not to critique it or anything, but when you get close to it, it was made by,
Someone
with
child.
love,
Yeah,
but
child.
Not perfect.
Not made by a child. You're saying not made from a sweatshop and
No, it was crafted.
Yeah.
It's a one and done.
Yeah,
I think.
that's cool. Custom piece.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
Good shit.
So that was it, man. We had no podcast last week. A lot of controversy. Not controversy, but me being a big mouth online, sending good memes out there. Dude, one exploded yesterday. It was fucking great. It's still going.
Saw that.
People say,
I was reading that.
It's
Yeah,
good, man.
I was on that thread.
There was like when you start mentioning inbred and doing cousins
Yeah.
in the back of the vans, man.
The insults start flying.
That's
That's
you
the good
know
shit.
you got
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, that's
bro.
the good content.
It's
Yeah,
fucking good
those are the
shit,
hot
man.
takes.
Oh, it's bad.
The Pierce one
bad.
you're talking, right?
Yeah.
I was
That's
looking at that.
good
That's
one,
what I'm talking
man.
about. I was looking at that
Boy.
this morning. Yeah, I know, and it's funny.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, sometimes hey.
Listen, I laughed my ass off when I was making that meme last
I bet,
night.
I bet.
I used that before for Dan Dubuque when he won the CES featherweight title when he went in and after 3 years, and he went. And I said
Oh, yeah.
Dan Dubuque walking out of CES with after 3 years off. So
Same shit.
It fits. Yeah, I'm gonna use it all the fucking time, man. It's
relevant.
It's really good, really good.
That's
and
funny.
I don't get kicked off Facebook for it. It's
No,
fucking amazing.
no, there's no violence. There's no,
It's
nudity.
big balls, but it looks like sand balls.
Exactly. Don't tell him that it's that. You know,
No.
Mark Zuckerberg might be
We're on
watching right now.
YouTube right now. They have no idea.
Zuckerberg's watching YouTube.
Fuck him. Pay me. So, well, we're gonna have Joey Gomez and Walter Cotito on in like 1 minute.
Sweet.
Before that happens, I just want to do this. Oh, let's get to the hoodie, and then we'll get to Walter and Joey. All right. So I have a hoodie video, how to get it online. So I'm just going to play that and talk about it, and then we'll get these fellas on the line.
Let's see it.
So there it is right there, guys. If you go to newenglandmma.org and you go to shop and hit the, you can go to the cursors on the left, and it has certain fighters that we have their gear, fighters that we manage, a couple of fighters that just wanted their gear on there, that we can give you that option too. You just hit that fighter's name, or you go to NEMA, and it brings you right to our store where we have hats, T-shirts.
Those hats are nice too.
Everything. The hats are really nice.
A lot of people like
all
those.
different colors, everything.
Yep.
I mean, you'd be there for an hour looking at everything you want.
Christmas is coming. Get
Yes,
some
it
gifts.
is. So I want to give a shout out. I don't remember his name, but some dude bought 4 articles off the website last week.
Huge.
2 for Colin Robinson, one of our amateurs that's going to be turning pro probably in 2023. And he bought 2 NEMA.
Awesome.
2 NEMA things. So
They're nice pieces.
big you out there.
I'm glad to. I'm a hoodie. Let's say I'm a hoodie connoisseur, and this is top notch.
So yeah, that's wrong screen there. So yeah, that's how you get to that. All right, so where is I gotta shut. That's right. I shut the video off.
Hey.
I need Jamie. I need Jamie in the corner. Even though it's getting a little better, I'm getting a little more comfortable.
Good, yeah. You're Jamie. You're
I am
Jamie and Joe.
Jamie.
You're Jamie and Joe.
And a couple more.
Yeah,
yeah.
And maybe Tim Dillon. You know him?
No,
He's just another psycho fucking podcaster. You need to listen to more podcasts.
I know I do,
Yeah.
but I gotta. You know what I gotta do? And I always, when I'm in Walmart with my daughter, I gotta get earbuds that because I don't have them.
I live with an earbud in my ear at work all
But
day
I'm like
long.
listening to it and then I lose track. I just gotta keep it in my pocket, and I'm gonna do that, Tommy. Next week I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I get earpods.
I'll shoot you some suggestions.
Send me that guy. Yeah, send me a couple.
I have a fucking 300 on my
All right,
phone.
I'm gonna see if these guys are ready.
Cool.
Ready?
They're together at the gym?
I don't know how they're calling in. I got them as a group, so I don't know if they're gonna be using one phone, 2 phones.
About to find out.
We're gonna figure out what's gonna go on right now. Let me shut this down just in case they all right. I should have played the hoodie video while I was calling them, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. All right, let's see what happens here.
Super producer.
We are calling Joey and Walter.
Yeah, they could be separate if they're calling both accounts.
Well, I put them in a group chat. Only one has to answer a phone, and they can both hug each other. Hey, there's Joey going. What's up, my man? Is Walter in the same area as you? Is he home or something?
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting his ugly ass right here.
Nice.
Oh, he's gonna be with you. All right, that works out fucking great. All right, let me get you situated on the screen. But
Cheers, my brother. How you doing?
Joey, you see us from over here. You're up there. That's Tommy. I don't know if you.
What's up, guy?
Hey.
Tommy is my co-host. He's been with me probably about
6,
how
7
long,
months,
Tommy?
6, 7, 8 months before the
Has it been
summer.
that long?
Beginning
All
of the
right,
summer we
let me
started.
get these guys in here.
Hold up. No, just put these
There's no holding up here.
Yeah, right. We're going. Take care of that in post.
I got to bring them down. There they are. Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Wait a minute. I just
Gotta get the good frame. You guys are looking good.
Yeah, I got to get them in.
Oh, you fucked up. What'd you do?
Don't worry, I got it all going here. What's up, gentlemen?
Shit, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, bro. I just got to shrink you down a little bit so I can fit you in where we got here. But give me a second. Hey guys, you at the gym right now?
Yeah.
So it was a big training night. What kind of night is a Wednesday night at KTA?
Are we starting the show?
Yeah, we're already on, bro. You're already live.
We've been
man.
live, buddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Hey, we don't fuck around
Yeah,
here,
we've been
man.
going.
You're live.
We wouldn't let you like say anything, but
It's hard sparring night for us at the gym right now. So we just wrapped up. And we did 5-minute rounds for an hour straight, and it was just full MMA with little gloves on, just getting after it and getting these guys to kind of, one, flow spar, two, not kill each other, and three, really just work the technical aspect of it so that we could create scramble and win the transitions.
Well, dude, you've been doing a lot of that with these kids coming up, man. Let's talk a little bit about it. You guys have been busy as fuck, man, on these local cards, man. 2 in a row. How many fighters did you have in the last, in the last month that competed as amateur MMA kickboxing?
4, 6, 8. We have 8 or 9 fights.
And how'd the team do it overall as far as all those fights?
We like this time we was like a 50-50. We won, we lost. We start really bad, and we ended actually really well. And we ended 50-50. Like we been like the last two events, the last two like ways that we've been doing the fight is like we have seasons in the team, right? So this season was like the last month, and we did have like at least 3 to 4 events, no counting with jiu-jitsu. So in that time, we go 50-50. We won, I think we won like 5 and we lost 4, something like that. Yeah, that's what we did this one.
Well, the last card you won 2 titles. Is that correct? One in kickboxing and one in amateur MMA. Correct?
Yes, correct. We won. Mike Jolicoeur won the 155 Muay Thai kickboxing title, and Josh Medeiros win the 125 MMA combat zone title.
Now, Mike Jolicoeur, he had TKO, correct? Both of them had TKOs in that fight, correct?
Man, Mike destroyed his opponent, man. He worked he worked the game plan perfectly and caught him in the transitions like I was just talking about a second ago. And he ended up head kicking the dude in the break, and he broke his orbital, broke his nose. So like it was pretty devastating. And this was like with protection pads, with shin pads and everything else on. It was just Mike is such a stud right now.
And Mike is also he's in MMA also. He's 1-1 in MMA, correct?
Correct.
I was a witness to his first amateur MMA fight. I don't know if that was a submission, but I think his hands got him to the ground where he threw in a slick submission. What have you seen out of this kid since that fight? When I think back in 2021 for Neff. Is that when he started his amateur career, or the beginning of 2022?
We before like Mike in the last year he been having around 8 fights this year. We smokers. He did some smokers just to stay active. Mike is 90 years old, so he have a future of him. It's just good and getting experience. The experience is something really important that we have to get. And that's what he's working on. He did the 2 kickboxing after he lost his first MMA fight. Before that, he was invicted in all the kickboxing smokers. He lost in the MMA fight. And what's funny because was the only time he didn't really use his striking. So as a funny thing, say, okay, now you will do kickboxing.
Now strike.
Yeah, that was his loss. His last MMA fight was a submission loss. So he really didn't get going in there. What was I didn't see that fight. What did you see that was kind of his downfall in that fight, and what do you see in improvements? I mean, we didn't see it because he's kickboxing, but what do you see in the gym as far as improvements in his overall MMA game since that last MMA fight?
I think Mike's just was nervous. It was his first time really competing on, in that kind of stage. And, he's super young, man. So, he's never done any kind of combat sports. So he's truly learning how to compete, which is just so, for a coach, from a coach's standpoint, it's every coach's wet dream, man, because you're just teaching them everything, how to compete, how to prepare. He shows up every day. regardless if he's tired, sick, or sore. Like he's putting in the work, and dude, training with Mike is not fun. It fucking hurts.
Sucks, right?
Like, I'm turning 37. This will beat the shit out of him like I owe him money or something. I don't know. I just fucking make a dogfight when I can with him.
Well, dude, I've been at some of your Shark Tank rounds, and man, you two guys are no joke. So, for you to say that about a young kid coming up like that, man, that's a stud to look out for, man. As far as the kid he fought. How was the kid that he actually fought? I mean, I know he came out of a good gym in Sparrows. How is that kid as far as, he's hurt now, but it was a title fight. That kid was 2-0, but looking at that kid's past couple of fights, how was he?
Well, Josh, I think.
With Josh or
Yeah, we talk about Josh, right?
No, I'm talking about the opponent that Mike had. Like, as far as that kid, I know he was undefeated. How was his game as far as coming up?
To be honest, I don't think that that fight was like Mike all day long. Like the kid don't have the technicality to beat Mike. But that's when we talk about the experience. So what's a perfect experience for Mike to say like, okay, I know I'm better than you. So okay, I go in there and perform better than you, right? We always have that part, right? A fight is a fight. I like my respect to the opponent. He did his job. He put Mike in trouble. He did what he's supposed to do. To tell you the truth, I was like, kid, you're really tough. And like I was like trying to like, yes, lay down because Mike was hunting that kick to the start. And in my view, if you guys see the video, the referee kind of saved him like few times. I hear that the kid have a little damage on the left side of the face. And that wasn't for the knockout. That was like 3 kicks before the knockout.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Again, the accumulation and all the stuff. So might be able to keep composed and still working and keep going for the same thing that we work in the gym. That was a accomplish for us. You know what I mean? Finishing a really good finish too. I just try to give it the best to the opponent. Hopefully he recover and come back. You know what I mean? Hands up for the kid. Keep on doing your thing.
Excellent.
Yeah, and just to clear the air, like I'm not sitting here gloating, like gassing Mike up or fucking some dude up, but at the same time, it's a fight game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
What we do is intrinsically dangerous, and so like, and I make the comparison all the time. Like an amateur today would smoke a lot of the guys in the pro scene, 5-6 years ago. The game is evolving so quickly. You just have to be good, even at the amateur level. But just to kind of waterfall what Walter was saying, the kid was tough. He was game. He stood there in front of Mike and he made a dogfight, and it's just Mike's just on a different level right now, man.
Yeah, he's a force. Good kid too. I had the opportunity to interview him before the fight. Seemed very confident and seemed very thankful for the team he has around with him. So congratulations on that kid, man. Let's move on to the other dude that we were gonna move on to. The other title winner. Who had that kid had a finish also. Let's talk about his growth because I think I seen his first amateur fight. Was that for Cage Titans? Yes. So let's talk about him and his growth from that first time we seen him in the cage.
Yeah. So saying that just to finish really quick about Mike. So we going back to MMA now. He did what he's supposed to do. So now he learned the lesson. So we want to put that tool into the MMA. So we see next year will be really, really exciting for everybody.
Nice.
Put the show in there. And Josh, we did what we need to do in a year. We've been a little more than a year, and we did what we need to do. He came here as a strong wrestler, tough wrestler. So that's what he are. He come to us to get him better on the striking and the MMA game all around. Dude, he like literally looked like a pro in there. Like he's fighting with a kid, he literally have 10 inches of reach on him, and he didn't try to. Well, he tried to take the kid down one or twice, and actually like, go be too much work, and he struck with the kid. Don't stop it.
Yep.
He finished the kid in the hands. By the way, well, we didn't even talk, but so well, that come out. He hurt his hand.
Give us the dirt.
Well,
He hurt his hand in the second round. He really hurt his hand.
I mean, Josh broke his arm
Yeah.
in the second round and finished the fight.
I finished the fight with striking, never showing a little bit. That's the professionalism that the kid have. You know what I mean? Like, it's just insane. We like, again, we will take few months to hit recovery. We come back on the work. You know, we put all this stuff together. We sit it down. Obviously, we never stop training. You know, we have the mental game. We have the strength conditioning. He's in the lab already, working again. But yes, like in a year, now he's a striker.
yeah, and the kid he went against, Brendan DeMora, that kid is a legit amateur, man. He's always in a dogfight. I've seen him 2 or 3 times at Cage Titans. A couple of wins there, dude. So he fought a pretty legit amateur prospect in New England, man. So congratulations with that whole win right there, bro.
100%. I want to like really recall something. You know, Josh before the end of the fight was an accident knee in the face, and Josh was targeting the body, and he go and kick the kid. Dude, that kid get up and say, "Let's go, Gavin." That's a championship. That kid have a future, man. Like
Good shit.
that's like stuff that I respect. That small stuff make a difference. Like I like the kid get up and say, "Let's go finish the job." We can go for it, man. Like, but that's what it have to be. You're amateur. You want to learn. You want to be as much time you can be in there, right? Not take the easy way around. So my respect for that kid.
Good
Was
shit.
like
Awesome.
was amazing to see it.
It's
Definitely.
really cool to see these guys having that opportunity to compete and to grow their skill set. You know, it wasn't like when we were coming up where it's like, listen, you wanted to fight, you go pro, or you didn't fight. And so like to see like kind of like as I digress a couple of conversations back, but to see the level that these guys are training at, you know what I mean? They're legit professional athletes, you know, that just aren't getting paid yet. And we bring that kind of seriousness to the gym every time they walk through the door. Like, hey, it's all fun and games, dude, but now it's time to work. Put your hands up. You know.
Well, Joey, let's move on to a couple of things. One thing being, as far as getting these kids ready for fights and choosing who they're gonna be fighting to get the experience. How do you go about that? I mean, I'm sure you get a handful of fighters or fights offered to you for these kids. Whose finger was that over there?
Point to Walter. Walter's the master game player.
All right,
here.
so I mean, it looks like you guys are taking the toughest fights for these kids. You know what I mean? You got title fights here, experienced fighters that you're going against. How do you pick the fights that these kids are getting? I mean, I've seen other. It seems it seems like the amateur fighters get the more challenging fights than new pros and the mid pros out there now, man. How do you go about picking a fight for one of your young guys there?
So it's just started to the point that like we are like a new amateur team, right? Like we are amateur team. Most of we have 3. We have Germany. We have Jeff. They just come pro. Like we lost. We have Joey still here. Myself considered a pro fighters. We have around like 5, 6 pro fighters. But our strength right now is like to our amateur guys, right? The kids we building right now. I asked them like to the start, like what you want to become, right? You want to go to the cage to fight, to have fun? Because if it's that, I can do that for you. I can train you enough to go there and survive. Where's your goal, right? No, okay, I want to be the amateur champion. Sure, okay. Most of the guys, their answer will be, I want to be a professional fighter, right? But not just a professional fighter. I want to be elite. So like, okay, what we talk about right here? If you want to be elite, so why would be the problem to fight the tougher guys in the amateur region? Like we're talking about fighting in some point international, right? We're talking about UFC, we're talking about Bellator, all the things, right? So if we cannot take the challenges now, if we cannot take the experience now, how we go think that we can achieve what they're asking for, right? So that's one part how I decide to take the fight. Outside that, they like I take right fights. No, they say that like my guys have the advantage, but a fight that makes sense. Oh, the kid is not 20 years old. The other kid is 20 years old. They're both 5'8". They're both been training for 4 years. Come on, put
Yep.
it there,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Most of this, I will tell you the truth. I have guys that only been training 1 year. Woods been training 2 years. I had to match it up with guys that been training 6 and 7 years because they I guess they don't believe me, right? Like, but that's where it is. I ask, and people hopefully they're honest, right? I'm honest. The guy been training a year, 2 years. This is the level. Like, you know what I mean? That's I want to fight to make sense to evolve my guys, especially in the local area, right? I like that's the goal because at the end of the day, like if I don't get better here, I know we'll be able to achieve where I want it.
Not
Excellent.
only that too, Steve, like, obviously we're watching tape and we're gonna scout the guys out. We're gonna see what their strengths and weaknesses are. We're gonna check to see if we're giving up reach, what their stance is, all the regular stuff when it comes to game planning. But like everybody wants to be a fighter until it's time to fight. You know what I mean? Until it's the third round and your face is busted up and you're like, cut me, Nick. But at the same time, like you'll see a lot of guys pad people's records, right? And they'll get to 5-6-0, and then they fight their first guy that is just as game as they are, and they fold, or they don't perform to their full potential. I don't want to use the word fold. They don't perform to their peak potential, And so I think we're always screaming in the gym, from David Goggins, get comfortable being uncomfortable,
Love David Goggins.
and the more that you're uncomfortable in the gym, the harder that you push yourself in the gym, or the more grueling the practice. When it's the fourth minute of the third round of the fight, or the fourth minute of the fifth round of the fight, they've been there. They know that they're not going to quit. And I pride myself on the guys on the team. I'm like, man, I know more about you than I do some of my family. You know what I mean? Like, I know what it looks like when you're thinking about giving up. I know what you look like when you want to quit, and I'm not going to let you do that. We're always going to push you forward and pull the best out of you each time.
Question about new pros. I know you got to get that experience. You want to build their confidence, and no one wants to start off as a pro career as 0-1. Even though it's a learning experience, it's still. How do you go about that? I mean, I would imagine it's a little different because now it counts on your record. My point, not my point, but as I see, yeah, maybe a couple of fights as a pro, your first and second, you get the experience fighting not that potential that you're used to, that opponent that you're used to as an amateur in, skill level. But I think once you're out of 2 or 3 fights, man, you should be fighting somebody that is equal or maybe a little better than you as far as to see where you are and see if this game is, if you're going to be a regional level fighter or you're going to move on to those Bellators and UFC. How do you go about the new pros, and how do you think, maybe those 5 and more fighters in the pro levels are seeing things in the new generation?
What happened?
We're here.
We good?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I talked like for 10 minutes.
No, it's all good. It's all good. This crazy, right? I have this theory, like now everybody will come crazy, which is good. Like I have the theory about the flow, right? Every fighter have their flow, the way they're going, and they're kind of like they kick more in one fight, they kick less in the other fight. They go in the point where like they're like this is it. Like that's how I want to fight. That's why I want it. And when they start mastering this, they go to the point like this is who I am, right? And now it's like I will fight everybody with myself, right? Like this is who I am. I start fighting. Um, as a fighter, like I never took a fight thinking that I will win because I always thought that like everybody trained as hard as I was training. Yeah, I was training really hard. Like I wasn't nothing else. Like wasn't nothing else. No was one more hour or a minute in my day that I didn't put into my training. That I can to not being responsible, right? So I always was like, okay, everybody's have the possibility to beat me. So I always want to go in there and challenge myself and get better. Like they don't have
Of
like
course.
how the Thais say that the Thai people say like you enter your heart so you can come back stronger next time. So it's kind of the same philosophy, right?
Of course.
So saying that too, like we play the game, right? I study every day. That's all I do right now. So I study the local circle. I study every fighter. I have already 4 or 5 fighters that I know in 2 years we will get it. I have all the guys that maybe in three months we go fight them. I already see like if I have the champion here, and now I have to fight the champions, right? So I already scouting everybody around. Like I checking their style, checking their performance, and checking if they're evolving and looking their weakness. Study them and study my own guys, seeing their weakness, seeing what they think they can beat us. So when they get surprised. So it's just playing the game consistent, and that's how I pick the fights. And that's how we have a conversation with my fighter. We talk about like what he want to do first because it's his path. You know what I mean? Whatever he want to do first, and after we have a conversation. And he asks me for what he want. I go give you the answer back if I can provide that. If I can provide that, we go for it. And that's the normal how the fights happen mostly. Uh, I try to talk with everybody. I want to understand them, why they're doing it, what they want. Um, if I can provide, I will do it. If I can't, I will tell them I can't. You know what I mean? So I try to be as honest I can. So
Yeah,
because
giving
yeah,
them, not that false sense. I mean, you letting them know exactly where they stand in the fight game, and I mean, you're honest with them, so they let you know exactly the path if they want to, be that elite, or they just want to, do it as fun, man. So,
Or if they just think they can
One
do
hundred
it.
percent. Like kind of like what I said earlier. Everybody wants to be a fighter until it's just like,
Exactly.
yo, this is a lot of work.
Till you get punched.
And like, yeah, it is. It's your life. It's strength and conditioning. It's road work. It's freaking jujitsu, wrestling, Muay Thai. It's the grind. You never stop. But like to your point or to your question, at three fights, if you're 3-0, you're doing something right as a professional, right? So yeah, absolutely. At 4-0, you should be testing yourself, right? Because guys are getting signed to the UFC at 5, 6, 5, 6, 7-0. The days of having to go, 10-0, 12-0, 15-0, those are gone because everybody was just can blasting. So they fought freaking 10 or 15 bums, and then they fought somebody that was legit on the up and up, or somebody that was that the UFC was looking at, and that's how they were getting in. Or everybody freaking used tough to get into the UFC. You know what I mean? So not anything against anybody that's been on tough. That was one of my dreams as I was a young and up and coming fighter. It just didn't my road to the UFC didn't come to fruition like that. However, I don't think I don't think we're doing them any favors by padding the record. But at
No.
the same time, I can't discount or discredit longevity in saving their brains, right? Because at the end of the day, these are still people, and they're people that are near and dear to our heart. So obviously, we don't want to put them in a situation where they can get hurt. However, it's kind of double-edged sword. Like, come on, dog. Like, you wanted to be a professional fighter. Like, you fight people for money. Like, I
You
can
gotta fight.
only show
well,
you so much, and then you got to get in there and
well,
perform.
one of the big part right here, like one of the big parts, like I don't personally, I don't consider myself. I create fighters. I create athletes. We create athletes here.
Yep.
Like the guys, we have athletes. We teach them
Athletes that fight.
nutrition, obviously. We have nutrition, but no, but like again, like they're athletes. We have to hear is like no, because you lose, you like that's part of the sport. You have to recognize all that. We train mindset. We train we teach them the nutrition, and we teach them like how to cut weight and all the stuff, all these tools that they possess, right? I like in the end of the day, like even if they're not making it to the league, they're supposed to make it. They learn all these tools, all this stuff that they just go take it. It's like a college, right? I was able to be a professional fighter, and after was able to open a school. In that school, give it back to the sport, give it back to the other people, and have a living, right? All these kids who who know what they've been doing now, they are disciplined, they're training consistent, they become athletes. And after the end of the day, if they're if they make it, they make it elite, because I'm pretty sure they will make it professional. If you survive in here, if you stay with us for the last 2, 3, 5 years, you will become professional. I, what I mean? I can spit at ceiling and never go drop down. I will make everybody who stay with me will make it professional by the time.
If they want to be like,
If
and
they want
yeah,
to
if
be.
they want to
One
be.
more thing before we move on. One more
All right.
thing. So the one of the most fulfilling parts of watching these guys grow too is just like that always forward, that never quit, that nobody gives up, mindset. You reiterate this stuff to these guys day in and day out, and then you see it to start to bleed over into other parts of their life, which is the coolest part. Because I'm like, bro, you're fucking Walter Cotito. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, who's gonna tell you no? You know what I mean? So that confidence, that charisma, that self assurance. I mean, it's intoxicating. Two, it's contagious. You know what I mean? Confidence when you have a room full of killers. You know what I mean? Like the whole squad rolls out and you're like, yo, it just gives you a sense of security that you can't compare.
And when you guys are talking about creating athletes, think 20 years ago that fighters in the UFC were not athletes. They were only fighters. You know, wearing sweatpants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like. It's not to be wrong. UFC obviously is the ultimate goal right in the moment because it's the best company in the world. But who knows in 5 years? It's so many other companies. Actually, it's a realistic comment about they become athletes. They can get a pay. They can we doing all that here. We try to do all that here. Like we try to become responsible. They being influent. Like if again. I don't know everybody else, but the only way that I can become an athlete is being really responsible. I have to train. I train all the time. I don't do have to go to work, eat responsible, like no mess up with nobody because I die every day anyway. So it's like this is so beneficial for the society itself. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
It bleeds over into your family life.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like again, it's such a like again, I do something that I love every day.
Exactly.
I'm helping other people, and you see in there that it's like a therapist for some of the kids.
Absolutely.
And they're doing so good. They believe.
and what I'm seeing and what I've seen with you guys bringing up our next generation is that you've been through it. So you've been through the trials and you've been through the good and bad times. So you can, I mean, you're giving these kids advice, and I mean, they're so educated now. These kids are making money as amateurs now. I mean, they're marketing themselves.
Selling
so
their
you
name.
guys are. I mean, you guys are making it more easy on them because you're giving them the tools as far as the fighting and weeding out and telling them, what you think they should be doing. In the past, man, you guys were just thrown to the wolves and fend for yourself, and basically, asking each other advice, and you didn't know what to do. You didn't know what to do, but you all were doing it, just getting in there and fighting. And now it's a business at the amateur level, also, man. It's crazy how it's evolved.
So Dominico, like to just a little bit what we're doing here in KTA for the we have a program, a limited program for athletes, right? Like with the amateur guys, right? We take care of the medicals. Like we help them how to do the medicals. We even like we put appointments to those doing the medicals, right? Obviously, it's a financial stuff they have to do. We try to already map it up, everything they have to do. We consistent uh, adding more sponsors to help these kids to pay for all that.
Yep.
Teach them how to do it, like teachers, so they can have a little bit of support in
Social
that way.
media.
Social media, give you all the information to them, so they can have better than us, right? Like that was something that I really looked for so long when I come here. Like I try, I come from Japan and I was doing jiu-jitsu. And said, oh, I want to do MMA, and try to look for that gym. They can give me um, all these tools, right? In the moment wasn't right. So in that time, me and Joy, we go all around Massachusetts, everywhere, New York. Sometimes we have to go to New York and come back the same day after sparring. Like all this crazy stuff that we did, right? Um, and now we're trying to provide it in one place. So for the people who are realistic, want to become athletes, we have that. And now too, we have a regular program for people who just want to be successful in whatever they want it, right?
Now, as far as a question, Joey, I mean, we talked about, these fighters getting 5-0, 6-0, and maybe not fighting, the potential that they should be fighting to get them ready for that next stage. And when they get there, it's on paper. And the percentages in New England as far as our fighters getting to the UFC, we got a big losing record there as far as in the last couple of years. What do you think can fix that? Is it just that we don't have the means here in certain camps to compete with other,
He's smiling.
other places? What do you think can fix that within New England? I'll give my opinion after you guys both give your opinion. First, Joey, is there a fix here? What do you think the fix could be?
So
Well, man, the new generation. That's what we feel.
Yeah. Walter was waiting to
it's
answer
funny
that.
You said that, right? Because coming from California, I came from Team Quest, and I was being groomed for the UFC at a really, really young age. Like, from 20 years old, I was riding on the shoulders of giants. Like, the Dan Hendersons, the Terry Sokajus, the Christoph Jasinskis, the Tarek Safardines, the Frank Lesters, the Richie Whitsons, like you name it. Like, so I was exposed to the pinnacle of MMA at the time. Right. And then I moved here to New England, and there was definitely like a lapse. Like MMA in New England was like 4 years behind what's going on in California and Nevada.
Sure.
Right. And the difference is you've got a very, very small percentage of people that have made it to that level. You know what I mean? And I'm not tooting my horn and saying that I've done shit, you know what I mean? But I've been doing this game a really long time, and I consider myself one of the better coaches here in New England. Obviously, you got Rob Font and Calvin Cater that are doing their thing, that are competing at the highest level. And then you have Joe Lozon, who's always been doing his thing. But, for a long, long time, they were just missing that kind of experience and coaches that know how to blend it all together, right? For so long, it hasn't really been until now, right? Like the generation of 18-year-olds that are coming up right now that have been doing MMA since they were 6. Like, that is the difference, is that we now have the experience here in New England to blend it all together to where you're not going to Gracie Baja to do your jiu-jitsu. You're not going to Sityo Tongue to get your striking in, and then you're going to SOS to get your strength and conditioning in. Like, we need like a top team mentality, or like a top team facility that has, it's all encompassing. Like, you know what I mean? You have your strength and conditioning. You have a good freaking fight team of guys, light and heavy. You've got, good striking coaches, good jiu-jitsu coaches, good wrestling coaches, and being able to blend that all in, that's what's going to start to really get us to the next level.
How do we get there? It's going to take time, but
Good coaches.
The path and the way things are going, as far as in the last 3 years, we're building monsters for the future. I would imagine that's what's going to fix it in the next couple of years. But I see nothing, not a quick fix here, man. It's going to be a progressive kind of change in the guards here, correct?
I think Joe Lozon and we're doing kind of the same something similar by opening the gym to everybody and having everybody kind of collaborate and come together and be like, hey, I need good work. Come into the gym and let's get it in. You know what I mean? Hey, if we're gonna fight each other, it is what it is, dog. Just fucking, don't show up. I mean, depending on whose home gym it is, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't show up to fight one of Joe Lozon's guys and come to Saturday morning practice if I know I'm fighting a Joe Lozon guy, But if I'm not fighting a Joe Lozon's guy, then I'm going to show up to Joe Lozon's and get some good training in. And we kind of saw that happening in Massachusetts, and I was like, why can't we do that here? You know what I mean? Why haven't we created like a New Hampshire top team? So, Walter has been gracious enough to open the gym to other people to come in so we can get that cross training in so that we can grow off of each other, so we can network and we can build that staple of fighters that we have coming in and out of the doors. But you're absolutely right. There is no there. I wish there was some magical phrase, some abracadabra that I could say and do, because the amount of talented fighters coming out of New England is ridiculous. We're right there.
What I've seen, I think, where there's been a lot of fighters out of New England, like newer pros that were on the cusp, but I think they weren't ready and they were kind of thrown into that fire for that opportunity for the UFC. There's a lot of that going on, I believe. I mean, I think, it's the record and who they fought. I think some of them needed tougher fights before they got there. I've been saying this, and people, I've talked to people in the past. It's not about staying there. It's about getting there. I mean, but getting there and then not winning or having a losing record and that have to come back to the regional level is, I mean, you got there, but I want people to stay there. I mean, and yeah. I don't really, I mean, I'm not a fighter, so I don't know how to fix it, but I want to see us thrive. I am proud of New England. Don't get me wrong. I mean, every part of it and fighters getting there. But I want to see some, and there are some that are staying there, but the majority are not coming back down.
Yeah.
I want to see them stay there. So I think the chatter and talking more about it and people putting their heads together and you guys creating a nucleus for other people to get together and fight other talent and test yourself, it's definitely a roadmap to fixing it. It's just, I'm an old guy. I don't have that much time. I need it. I want to.
This is where we have the chance again. We have athletes now. That's how I put it. I put it on this team, on this gym. We create athletes, so more dedicated they come. We have more tools. We use everything we have. I don't
nutrition science.
For me, I know we'll get the point that I need to start bringing other people from other places to help us to evolve. Or we go start getting out to challenge ourselves to get more experience. That's the reason that I think, I tried for so long, tried to make it on my own. I realized that at some point, I cannot beat these guys because this guy coming in 20. I'm by myself. I cannot beat them because even if I beat one, I cannot beat the second one. Mm-hmm. If I beat the second one, I cannot beat the third one. They already fucking know me how to fight. Yeah. It's tough. They have so much information coming in and out.
They've been watching.
Every single time, all these big gyms, right? So that's what we're doing right now. We have a team. We compete consistently. We know what we work. We know everybody think that they try to figure out us. But no, we showing what we wanted to show so we can fix it. To the point that there will be no more holes.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes. We come back and we take that feedback from what we saw in competition and we work where we were.
And this is something that it's not just again, this team is not just building with me and Joey. This build is teaming with every single athlete here. All these kids going there and putting their bodies, the stuff to get that information so we come back and we come back stronger. What you think will happen in 2 years, 3 years? We have around 25 to 30 fighters, amateur fighters right now. Everybody ready to go. Everybody wanted it to go. Everybody wanted to go.
Hungry.
We compete. We have 7 guys in one show. We compete every other week. In that session where we're competing consistent, right? We stop for 3 months. we fix every mistake, and we evolve whatever work for us, right? It's not gonna be a stop. I don't try to like. I was thinking that I would retire when I'm 100 years old, so I don't try to think slow down. No time soon, right? So that's what we'll fix. I feel by the time we get there, they are doing like in 2 years. But 2 years we will have more. We will have guys already assembling big shows. That's my approach. I don't just wanted to go to UFC. I wanted to PFL, Cage Warrior, whatever show they wanting us,
Everything.
right? Because we have so many warriors. They're hungry. They want to learn. They want to. They want to progress. They want to evolve, right?
One thing I want to say about that, Joey's mentioned it. Now you're mentioning it now. In the past, we didn't have all these regional shows, for these fighters to get the work and stuff like that. Now, there's more competition out there. Before, even the UFC was kind of standing alone. Now you just mentioned one. You have Bellator, which Bellator pays better than the UFC.
Everyone says it.
You know what I mean? For a fight, they'll pay you better than the UFC
PFL.
for a matchup. You know what I mean? But now you have competition against UFC. You don't have to. In the past, these young fighters coming up, and even some of the veterans, they thought the UFC was the pinnacle. That's it. Now there's a lot of fighters, if they're coached well and have the management, the UFC isn't the holy grail all the time. I mean, the percentage of you being the UFC champion in one of those divisions is so small. You want to give that fighter that confidence that they can be a champion, but you also have options to be champion somewhere else where you can make a great living as far as Bellator, and these, Khabib's, all these promotions
Eagle,
come. So
PFL.
fighters have options now. So I think it's just creating more opportunity for these fighters, and it's putting management, matchmakers, and promotions on edge because they got to fight over fighters at this point.
Yeah.
As it should be.
It's happening. It's happening more. Like at this point, I normally put fighters in other promotions around here. The only one that I've been having the lucky to have is Cage Standing so far. Outside that, we have in Combat Zone, NEF, Combat FC. They are like close for us, are convenience for us, right?
Ammo.
We can sell tickets and we can sell all the stuff. Again, like I don't try to bring the kid there and don't have no revenue, nothing. A lot of these young guys, I try to teach them to learn how to make money, to learn to survive, to learn to like be able to train more, right? You know what I mean? I feel everything will change. It's like again, I do believe that this sport will become bigger. If you have people who actually believe on the sport itself, like you can create education. It's academy, right? You create education for them. It's benefits. Which we have a MMA gym in every city,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Right. You have people who you have fighters that just there was a champion before they don't know it yet. Right?
Yep.
You know what kind of pisses me off now that I'm thinking about it is like how much emphasis people put on world champion, right? And they think that, to be a world champion in Europe is fucking really easy because Europe is about the size of the United States. You know what I mean? But when you hear that national MMA title in the United States, everybody's like, they kind of write them off because, it's just a national title. Well, the United States is bigger than the majority of the countries in the world. I mean, China's got one on us, Russia's got one on us, but that's neither here nor there. So like the amount of talent that's coming, and just this is a little off topic, but like for instance, wrestlers, like amateur wrestlers, collegiate wrestlers, they didn't have any avenue.
Oh, they're coming now
after college.
Yeah.
It was either go to WWE, right, or get a fucking sales job. I mean, I don't know, whatever you got a degree in. Right, but now you're seeing so many wrestlers transition to MMA and dude, that shit's dangerous. You know what I mean? That wrestler mentality,
Yeah.
that mental toughness. Yeah, you can't teach that shit.
Joey, I'm an old guy. I graduated in '84. I wrestled as in high school, and then some of the kids that when I graduated, they went out to college to wrestle. They were really good, great wrestlers, state champions. And then I'm like, seeing them at like an outing, or I saw them out somewhere. Hey, I said, would you ever do your wrestling? And they said nothing. There was nothing to do after college. Maybe the Olympics. There was nothing. We're going back, UFC's what, 26, 27 years old now.
95.
Yeah, when I was in high school, and when the UFC wasn't around. So there was nothing for these kids, and that just, and now what you're talking about, these wrestlers, that base is, if you look at the champions in the UFC, not so much today, but in the last 3 years, wrestling and that base has been a dominant factor in there.
100%.
100%. I again, like, everything changes. Like, again, like, I think it's part to, like, educate the community and try that here, right? And try to educate the community about MMA. Oh, two guys fighting in the cage? No. Listen, this take a lot. Like, training, consistent, MMA, jiu-jitsu. If you understand what these kids do to get there, you will push on that, right?
Management.
So, like, it's part. We have to be part of the change. We have to educate them. So, if we educate the people, we educate the community, they understand how much effort and how difficult is the sport. You know what I mean? That's not what they're doing in the other sport. Like, basketball players get millions, football players get millions. Come on, why MMA fighters don't get millions? It should be. Like, you cannot bring a basketball player and say, I want to be an MMA fighter.
I listen, kid. I think a lot has to do with the lack of having people like you to bring them up. Like we said, in the last 20 years or so, fighters have just been. They manage themselves a lot of it, so they've been taken advantage of. I think in the pay scale and because everyone would just fight, weekly. I think now fighters are getting smarter, marketing themselves. There's a lot of social media out there, backlash about the pay scale. I think, the UFC is going to I don't think they're going to catch up. But you guys are making difference.
I think it'll be a change. I do believe it'll be a change. We early in the sport. I think it'll be a change.
Definitely early.
That, again, these kids are the influence of their community. You know what I mean? Some of the kids, like, coming for a broken family, right? They're going there fighting, made into professionally. That's like have a doctor degree for that guys, right? Well, it is, right? And now, like, the second niece, the second cousin believe that he can do that, and they just go benefit the community in one way or other, right? So, I think the fighting is one of the toughest sport,
of course,
in the world. Like, it's unique for me. Like, I can express. I've been a soccer player. I played soccer a lot. I've been doing all the sports, and it's still like one touch fighting jiu-jitsu wasn't like it's needed. Everybody should be having.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
So,
What's that dude say? You should be dangerous, and then you should learn how to control it.
right?
Yeah.
Like, all the
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a perfect man right there.
Yes.
Right there. Hey, guys, I want to leave off on one thing here before I let you guys give a bunch of shout outs and stuff and whatever. But what's coming up? Everything's settling down for December. Cards are flying up in January, February. We probably got about 5 or 6 local MMA cards coming up, in the new year. You mentioned, Cage Titans. You guys really haven't been there. What's your output here, and what are you looking at heading into the beginning of 2023 with these studs you got in the corral?
So, we will start competing in February. We have Combat CNEF and Combat Zone coming in February, right?
Oh, good things.
Combat Zone, we don't have the day yet, but that's the 3 show that we come in February. We go jump again. we don't like to go at once. We put the bus and we fill it up with people and we
Yeah.
try to go on the show. So
Bring the party.
I express we probably will have between 7 to 6 debuts coming up outside our 5, 6 guys that have been fighting really consistently.
A squad.
And the A squad. We have like 6 to 7 debuts for February. Saying that the gym is growing, more athletes are coming to the door. The kids who are debuting been training for like the past year, so now they're on the point that they can debut and see what we can do. Um, and happy. We're really excited. Like the holidays is December. The last fight was like 2 weeks ago. We have a long season again. We was competing. We will have December. The kids can enjoy the family. Training never stop, right? That's like the way I teach them. This is your job. So training never stop to you, but you don't have the pressure that you will compete. You have to fight all the men. You know what I mean? You don't have that pressure.
Yeah.
So they can relax a little bit, and actually we like to explore. We pray a little bit to some of the drills and all the stuff, all the basics that we've been doing. We give a little more freedom at the way we teach. We run the style, have some games, stuff like that. Into the 5 weeks, 6 weeks for every fight, we start getting in camp. We divide, depend the kids who won't fight and not fight. Some kids go do Muay Thai, some kids kickboxing, some kids doing MMA. We try to match it up with their weight. We create packets. We create strategies for every camp. And we go and compete again. So in February, we go do that all again.
Hey, one question before Joey speaks. How many? Is it just you and what? Like, who's part of the gym? Like, is it just you two guys, or you give some jobs to the younger fighters coming up? Hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, or is it kind of just you two guys running it and kind of scheduling and doing everything?
Alyssa, shout out to Alyssa. She is the gym manager and she crushes it here on the home front. She's doing her thing, making sure everybody's taken care of, doing all the medicals,
Good gym
building the
manager's
fighter
key.
applications, and the database for everything that we need, making sure medicals are up. I mean, obviously, me and Walter are the technician side of things. We're there at the fights. We're traveling on the weekends. We're holding pads for everybody. We're game planning. And there's some other people that are helping the gym. Not to shout too many people out, but Ben Centers has always been a huge sponsor of the gym. Ben Centers Trucking out of Brookline, New Hampshire, has always just helped the team out. And then we have our younger guys too teaching classes. Because my elbows are only going to last so long. So it's time for these young men to take their licks.
Yeah,
And I feel like to really grasp a concept, for you to really understand something, you should be able to do it, and then you should be able to teach somebody and be able to articulate yourself well enough to where that you can teach somebody that skill. I think that's the ultimate form of mastery. So, the guys are teaching classes, and we're telling these guys like, hey, you want you want the gym to get bigger? Hey, get out there and freaking get your friends in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's grow the gym together. This is chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? Like, we're playing the long game here. So let's build something long lasting that's going to have a legacy and produce.
Excellent, my
Sounds
man.
amazing,
That was
bro.
perfect.
Sounds
bring
amazing,
in your
yeah.
friends here, bring them in, and let's grow this thing. Awesome. Last thing I want to say, you got a stud out of that camp, but he seemed a 115-pounder. Julian Menjivar.
Yeah.
Listen, I have to mention him because I love that kid. I steal his memes and his shit off fucking Facebook all the time.
Yeah, he's a good follow.
But I saw him make his amateur MMA debut at Neff. Maybe it was the same card Mike was on. I can't remember. He had a finish in that fight. He came back. I don't know if he fought for Combat FC or Combat Zone, but I think he was just undersized in that fight. What's with him? I mean, I know, is he stuck at like 120 pounds? What's going on with that poor kid?
Well, Julian is like, yeah, again, he's 5'3", 150 pounds, 190 pounds. Like, not only that, he's full of muscles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sheesh.
But anyway, so yeah, we found one fight at 115 NEF, and we took the fight. And after I was looking around. We almost take a fight in Chicago. Didn't happen. Was one more 150-pound guys. Um, it didn't happen, and we took a fight in Combat FC. We fight a guy Connor Hughes,
Yeah.
who normally like it's a little bigger and
25
stuff.
pounder.
You know what I mean? Again, guys, like I go ask Julian, hey, just like a joke or just like a, pick on him. What do you think about this? Yeah, I fight him. Like, not even like,
No hesitation.
No
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah.
So like, all right, he gonna try to take you down because, you know what I mean? I don't think he
What
can
he does.
fight. Yeah, I say it. Anyway, anyway, so yeah, I say it. So I don't think he can fight, so he'll take you down. We work on it. We give it weight. He weighed 115. The kid put weight back, and we start the fight. Right. The kid did what he had to do. He won. Congratulations. Boom. Um, he's back in the gym. And we go find, I'm pretty sure we're working on it. We're working really hard to find guys his size, 120 at least, 115. Our goal is like take him more like Combate America is one where they have a lot of small guys. One championship have a lot of small guys. So, but again, we have to be able to have the experience. And that's the reason that we
Yeah.
competed. Because no matter what we do, if we don't have the experience, how he go build himself, right? So we didn't have no more options to have a guys a little bigger and stuff. Try to compete with the guys.
Connor Hughes
Now-
was the only person that would fight.
So
And here's the thing about that. That experience level that he got was unmatched. He went into I don't want to say hostile because Combat Zone, they're very respectful there. They a great crowd. But he went into that, Connor's backyard, basically.
Yeah.
Undersized, a little undersized, and he went in there, man. So that's a huge, huge experience and boost for that kid, even though he didn't win that fight.
Julie's a savage, man, and I've been saying it too. Like I'm starting to work a little bit more. Both myself and Walter are working more like one FC rules with Julian. It's like, dude, it's only a matter of time before you get that call. You're gonna get the majority of your experience from Pancrase in Japan and probably one FC. Like that's the route you're going. You're because of his size, You remember Tai Chi Palace back in the day? That was like the only show that had 125ers. Uncle Creepy came out of there.
No, but
Do you-
I'm gonna look that up after
know
the
Uncle
show.
Creepy.
Yeah, dude, look up Tai Chi Palace back in the day. That was like the premier show on the West Coast that had like all the 125ers and 115 pounders. And unfortunately, fuck, I don't know if you know anybody, send them our way, please.
We gotta find them. Those fighters' kids and grandkids at this
Yeah.
point. Though,
We didn't have that over here.
We're gonna be spying them on Facebook, finding these people out, and fucking checking out their fucking families. There's probably training everywhere. These kids.
So talking a little bit to the people we have in the gym. Yeah, we have coaches. We still have John McNeil around teaching, helping the guys. He's training. He's getting consistent. He's getting back in health. He have a little health issues last year, but now he's getting back in shape, helping consistently. I have my jiu-jitsu coach is Tom Hughes. He's here to consistent helping with the guys. We have Jamie who hold pads. We have our personal coach woman, Nina Camilo, go wrap all the kids' hands. Like she wrap everybody's hands. She's learning the code technique for us to doing all the, how to code and stuff. So yes, like we creating a legit team with everybody getting in their strong field, right? So
Everybody has their niche.
everybody had their niche and they're working really hard for it. Like,
That's a team.
Yeah.
that's a team. Like we need every single person in there. Like, Like we sit down here, talk ideas, and we try to put the ideas together and make it happen, right? Last show in Combat Zone, we was able to have a booth on it, so the fighters, after every fight, the fighters coming in there, saying hi for the family, because before when I'm fighting, every time I have all these fans that I ask him to come, and now the fight is end, and they're going one way, I don't
Yeah.
have really time.
Yeah.
So now, You finish the fight, the kids are here, like they can say hi, they can take their pictures, make it more easy for them, right?
Yep.
To really thank you, these people who help us to keep on doing what we like, you know what I mean? So
There's another reason why
These guys are
we're
smart.
thriving, the
Yes.
younger, because we have these guys that have done it and have ideas how to.
well, before the idea was like you get the fighting and you use the fighting, right?
Yeah.
But I don't finish that. Like if I get the fight in my gym, okay, I will I first I go analyze and see if you worth the investment. If you worth the investment, I invest in you. So you become professional. I don't get no success if you don't become professional. Right?
Excellent. Last things, guys, man. I mean, you did a lot of shout outing just now, Walter. But anything you want to say before I let you go and throw your social media out there? And we'll get going, man. Great chat, guys.
Yeah.
We have a good time. Dude, I've been thinning myself out at going to fights, but Neff is always one of my favorites. I haven't been to a Combat FC event yet, but I will be at their next one, definitely. But I've been next to you guys at quite a few shows that you guys have been cornering at, man. And let me tell you, like, I don't have the camera rolling. Sometimes we do, but it is a fucking blast to listen. I mean, to listen to you guys. It's amazing. I mean, people, you don't get this, but I'm there as media, and I listen to you guys, and it's amazing. It's just fun. I mean, other coaches do it, but to be on the side of you guys and watch you thriving and the passion that you two motherfuckers have. Yeah, it's funny as fuck, man, and the fighters love it, man. And yeah, you're bringing them up the right way, bro. And
You're doing something right.
Yeah, I commend you for it, man. And
Appreciate it, guys.
yeah, it's good stuff. Definitely good stuff.
Thank you. Like it's no other way, man. We wanted, we really want that. I consider myself a reinvention person, right? My goal is there, be in that same room with all that big guys and try to compete with them. I don't want to go there and be with them. I want to compete with them. I want to know if my shit really work before I fucking get to that hole,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like, I just want to see, like, come on, man, and like. I kid from Peru. I'm here now. What's
Nice.
up?
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering
Excellent,
that.
man. And bro, you're making a mark. You've made a mark in your MMA career, and now as a coach, both of you guys, man. We need people like you in New England, bro. That's what's going to get us out of this hole. And I look forward to what goes on in the future as far as you two guys are. We will always support you guys and all the the teams that you cross train with and the fighters that you represent. With that said, Joey, social media, and then I'll leave it off to the boss on the left of you.
We talk about everywhere. We forget about Joe and Conor. But anyway, Conor fight that fight in Combat Zone, and Joe Pierce fight that fight.
Yeah.
Joe Pierce was a controversial fight. We won the fight. I go say we won the fight. It's MMA, not wrestling. Takedowns with no control is not considered points. If I escape every takedown that you take me down, that's not a point. If I finish 2 in the rounds and in top position, I dominate the last minute, that's a win. So,
That's right. That's right.
I want to stay there.
Hey, one thing before I let you talk about Connor Buckets is that dude has the best tattoos in the game right now. That fucking dude is fucking smoking. He's a good kid. I don't know if I commentated or filmed one of his smokers in the past, but I know he weighed twice as much as he weighs right now. He was a big, blimpy kid, turned into an amateur fighter because you guys.
He come back to the gym 240. The first time he was 220, got him mom crying. I made it, mommy. The fucking kid was fighting 2 weeks ago, 140. And look at me, I have six pack. I'm like,
Fuck it. And my fucking tattoos rock, motherfuckers.
It's like, I just talk about this, make me excited.
Yeah.
So
You can tell you love it.
Like, who is the next one I'm going to do this, right? Who's the next one to do this? It's
nice.
just, like, doesn't matter if he win or lost or whatever, right? Like, he's 140 pounds doing something. Paying the attention what? Well, how many people have comments on 800 people with the viewers, and that's the people watching. That fat kid from me, 240 pounds, now being a fucking killer, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
And,
Come on.
and Joey, you talked about that. It's just not, you're not just evolving as fighters. You're making them better in every part of life. You know what I mean? That confidence, it elates to everything you do. Fuck yeah.
It's
right.
It's so good. It's theirs. It's their everybody having it. You having it. Everybody having it. They just have to fund it. Go to your local gym. Go to your jiu-jitsu place. Go to wherever. People who want to share the energy with you, and you will fund that.
Yo, that's what I just did. I just got my purple belt at
Yeah.
Triforce in Pawtucket. You
Fuck.
know, I fucking grind.
Hey,
Hey,
Yes,
we got a
thank
new
you.
purple belt right
I-
here.
I
forgot
swear-
all about
I
that.
swear to God,
Fuck.
it's from listening to pro fighters like you guys. It's from being here with Steve. It's all about it. It's the information in my brain.
Dude,
The heart is
he
there.
he
Purple belt, the heart is there.
It was hard to
He's
get there.
strong.
he joined around the COVID time.
Yep,
and
alone by
fucking
myself.
we're
I walked
getting-
in.
We're getting killers out of COVID because they were forced
Yep.
to learn
Yep.
and to be like to train, because
That's
that's
right.
all that was there, man. And
Yep.
those fighters coming out of COVID are fucking gonna be our next generation because they
Wanted it.
exactly.
They're grinding. Yep.
Exactly.
We had to close our doors. We had to lock the doors. It was secret shit.
Fucking good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
real.
Hey, dude, listen. Hey, Joey, I was interviewing, like, I might have interviewed you during the COVID times. All these fighters are saying, yeah, we're in like a two fight.
Yeah.
We've only got two people we fight with. Meanwhile, everyone's telling me off to the side, yeah, we haven't changed. We're all
No.
fucking
We
rolling.
never
whatever.
stopped. We never stopped.
Yeah, it's limited numbers.
Yeah.
Spacing, you hear people being thrown around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
You remember, Domino, we have like a one car garage? Freaking, like, you cannot move. We have like 20
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got to get it done. As long
Yeah.
as you stayed with the same 20 people, I think you're all set. But hey, Walter. With that said, man, throw out all the social media for the gym, your own, anything you want to say, and I'll let you guys get out of here. And we're gonna, spend 5 minutes talking shit about you guys and end the show.
Never.
That's good. So Instagram is KTA Academy Nashua. Our website is www.ktaacademymma.com. That's about it. I remember. I want to say thank you to my sponsor. We have Sequel Development. It's a big sponsor. I love it. Without him, nothing is going to be started. So I had to really put that. Ben Center is one of the big guys too. They always help us. We're working with A199 Creators. Now he's working a little bit with our media and image production for the fighters. Again, it's such a young age. We're trying to give it all that to the guys. So when they development, they already have like some weight behind them, right? And some information, some stuff to like, even if it's not with us, all this stuff is for them. Like you take it to you and keep grinding it, right? So that's it. That's about it, right?
Yeah, you can find me at.
Oh no, Greg. Smart selection.
Shut up, Joey. Shut up, Joey.
He's not going, man. He helped everybody. He did a cool thing, right? For like probably 7 straight fights. He did a 500 bonus for the amateur. If he wins the fight. That was covering the kid's medicals. That was covering the kid traveling. Was covering the kid everything. He did that consistent for 7 fights. He's still doing it. That made him like asking nothing. The only he asks is to we go in there. I'm
Put it on the line.
putting the life, like, you know what I mean? And we do it with Gracie, like every single these guys go in there and we fight for them. We fight for them. They believe in us, right?
course.
So we go there and fight for them.
It's a family, dude, man. If they succeed, you succeed, and vice versa. So, man, that's what it's all about. Not being selfish and giving back to each other to make each other stronger. The fighting mentality, dudes. Thank you fucking so much, dude.
We'll hang out with you, man.
Yeah.
We'll do this in person one day.
Yeah, we gotta drink some beers after a
Come
fight
in.
or
Come on-
something,
come on in,
man.
yeah.
Hey, dude, after that Neff fight, after the Neff card, because one of our fighters, John Piersma, was the main event. We all went out, bro. we had a great time in Maine in just the bars. People hated us or hated John in that area. But the people outside
Haters.
of the arena in the real people, they loved us, man. They were just friendly. Maine is a great place, and I can't wait to see you guys back at Neff, at Combat FC, at the Combat Zone, and wherever the fuck you guys want to go, because you got a army coming in 2023.
Yes, sir.
Where you going? Where you going, kids? Real quick.
All right.
Follow me on Instagram, Gomez the First. And if you know anybody that's 115 that's looking to get their ass whooped, hey, give us a holler. We got a guy for him.
I love it, man. I'll shoot for that kid. I love that kid, man. He's funny as fuck. Hey, dude. A lot of the shit is in Spanish or whatever, but I still laugh at it anyway because I know it's funny.
That kid have a crazy story. You see how small he is, right? He crossed with boom. He have that. What was the Naca kids? They come because he was for Salvador, so he come back with the game, whatever. So he crossed the
asylum.
So he crossed the frontier with the daughter, with the sister, and the sister was like 11 years smaller than him, walking for like 2 months straight.
Oh my God!
Like he have a crazy story ever.
That's the craziest story.
All right, we got to get him on.
Yeah, that's a fighter story right there.
Yeah, I got to get all. Listen, dude. I'm gonna be attacking your fighters in the coming. Listen, last thing before I want to say, I've tried to interview Amanda like 15 times already for fights. That woman cannot get a fucking fight. Shit happens. So next time she gets a matchup, tell her not to contact me because I'm an omen to her getting that fight. We're gonna do an article, a big article on her instead. So next time we're doing because we have no women in MMA in New England, and we have to bring these women up, man. So.
We have some girls in here that commanded we Amanda first, and some girls in here getting ready.
Dude, send them my way, man. 2023, let's blow KTA up, man.
The girls who train with the guys really show amazing technique.
She was like the first and only woman in the gym for a while, dude. So
they gotta work hard.
Good.
For a while, She's training with the guys throwing hands all the time.
Good girl.
I've seen Amanda beat the shit out of grown men. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Dude, I gas out in 20 seconds. So
I'm trying to get Steve to come train with me.
All right. With that said, guys, I'm old, tired, and I'm
kind of old too.
Yeah, I talk too much.
Hey, congratulations, man! Purple belt is the hottest belt in jiu-jitsu. But guess what? Now you start.
Oh yeah, now the water's deep, man. Now the water's deep. I know.
Awesome.
I appreciate that, man.
Dude.
It means a lot coming from you guys. Trust me.
That's awesome how you remember that too. That's a good
oh my God.
fucking
That means so
right
much,
there,
man. That means so much. You know, I just got it, so I'm really proud.
Hey, with that said, get the fuck out of here. I gotta get to sleep pretty soon. So guys, you know I love you. I've known you for years, with Team Link and hanging out with all those guys and shit, and I'm loving that you guys are thriving and bringing up that new generation.
Yeah, man.
And I can't wait to talk to you in 2023 and some of your fighters, man. Make sure, you keep me on that Rolodex because we're going to have a lot of podcasts together.
That's right.
Yeah, man, for sure. Thanks for having us on here. Give us a platform.
All right, my man. Joey and Walter, bro, have a great night, man, and a great holidays if, we don't see each other on the comment section of my shitty memes and stuff. So
You will. You will.
All right, guys, you have a good night, man, and I love you both, man.
Great show, guys.
Love you, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, later.
Later.
Fucking A, that was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking good shit.
Yeah, I love
man.
that. They were great.
Yeah, I mean, there's two veterans right there in the game.
Humble,
Tommy.
so good. Those guys are what they do.
That's what it's all about. Brett Martin, man, love you, dude. Brett Martin, shout out to him. He had his girlfriend actually fought. I hope it was girlfriend on a Combat Zone kickboxing match, and I think he had a couple other fighters from there. He is from Maine. He's fought for.
So these guys were talking about Nashua. Are they in Maine though?
No, they're in New Hampshire.
Yeah, so Nashua. I fucking lived in Nashua.
Did
that's
you?
the
Right,
area I
it's-
grew up.
it's-
Yeah,
it's not too
it's
far
the
over the
border.
line,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, Nashua's the first town in the border.
Hooksett and Nashua, and Combat Zone's right
Yes,
there, right across
yes,
the line.
good shit.
So them guys, like they said, they want to make like a kind of a Lozans, a Triforce.
Yeah,
In New Hampshire, that
everyone,
everyone
yep.
comes at certain nights or whatever, and they're doing it. Look at the two coaches right
killing
there.
it, mate.
Look at the two
That was a great interview. They
Fucking
were
great.
talk about passionate dudes.
Oh man,
fucking
I got chills.
and talk about
Actually,
killers.
got a hot on for a second
Yo,
too, man.
yeah.
I shouldn't.
We can get out of here. You want to grapple?
Fuck am I?
You want to grapple?
No, I don't want to grapple. I want to talk one last thing about that hoodie because it looks fab, and then we want to talk about your purple belt a little bit because we talked about that like we talked about in that past episode we talked about a bunch of things and they came up like 2 weeks after.
So
what's going on?
Well, so we started doing promotions a couple weeks ago. It usually takes a month to do all the promotions. People come different times. Sometimes
to get them all
yeah,
together.
to get everyone to get the thing. So a week ago, I got my 4th stripe on my blue belt. Pumped. A lot of people coming up to me saying, "I thought you were going to get your blue belt, your purple belt." And I said, "Guy, whatever. That means nothing." You know what I mean?
Is the 4th?
You get 4. You get 4 on each, and then the next is the next color.
Oh, so you knew when you got that 4th, you were on the
Yeah.
cusp
So I got
purple.
the 4th a week ago, and I
right.
said, "Fuck yeah, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6 more months,
yeah.
and we're gonna grind it. Maybe I'll
Give
get
me
my
a
purple
push,
belt."
baby.
Yep.
Like that light
Oh, it's
around
super
you.
motivation.
Yeah, baby.
I don't expect. Some people jump a stripe. They'll have 3 stripes on their belt, and they'll get their belt, and it's great.
I understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. So got my stripe a week ago. We did our fucking promotions on Monday. They fucking said we were talking to a bunch of coaches. Tommy, you're fucking getting your purple belt too.
Congratulations.
I wanted to
dude.
cry. You know what I'm saying?
Why
Like,
not? I mean,
so
it's a fucking mad journey.
on
You sweated and
Saturday-
died on that mat for a
on
long
Saturday, Dave Jones got his black belt.
time. I love
Coach Dave.
Friday Day Jones.
Oh my God. And that was one of the most spiritual, emotional experiences. There's no one who fucking loves the sport more than Coach Dave Jones. And fucking, he got it. He got his black belt. And there wasn't a dry eye in the
All
house.
the people I've rolled with, which isn't too many, but Dave Jones was the
Yep.
most pleasant.
Oh.
Where I felt
While
like
he's kicking the shit out of you.
yeah, but
Yep.
I didn't feel drowning as much
Nope.
as other people.
And he can make it, he can bring that.
Well,
what I mean?
he made me.
He knows to go.
Try,
He knows
you
to
know?
go with
That was great.
who
Good
he's
stuff.
the ultimate teacher.
Sorry, I'm a pussy and I quit.
You didn't quit. You'll be back.
Of course.
Dave Jones, Coach Dave knows.
That's why I haven't given you my gi yet.
No, you're not. You're keeping your gi. You're coming in. You're keeping your white belt. You know what I'm saying?
My gi with my big
Do you have any
Triforce
stripes? Do
logo on
you have any
it.
stripes on your belt?
It ain't fucking. It's not. It doesn't even have a smudge on it.
Come on in.
I'm a purple belt.
I'm gonna
now.
be taking-
I'm
gonna teach a class at some
shot
point.
fin goes
Yeah.
up. Tommy, go.
Yeah, right.
The back of my hair, by the
Yeah,
way.
that looks nice.
Here's-
I like that. I like that down fade, the hawk fade.
My barber suggested it.
Ah.
I've been with him for 7 years.
Nice,
He was
nice.
like, dude. Okay.
Yeah, he
It's
knows. And if you don't like it, then change it next time.
Yeah, I could just shave
Yeah,
that
no, it
shit
looks
off,
good.
man.
It looks good.
Thanks, man. So yeah, congratulations on that, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I love
And-
having you here as a co-host.
Oh,
The journey.
I appreciate that, man. And I'm telling you, bro, being in here, talking to pros, talking to you, talking to MMA and jiu-jitsu enthusiasts, fucking totally ups my game. You know what I'm saying? My God. How can we talking to these fucking
I'm an
amazing coaches right here? Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't imagine, right? These 2 coaches we were just talking right here. How could that not be
That was
inspiring
fucking
to me?
awesome. They were
These
so
fucking
happy.
guys. Oh my God.
So happy.
And Walter, the guy with the least English,
Yes.
fucking took over.
Fucking
He was talking the whole time.
Peruvian. Oh, fucking
amazing.
Dude, Saka motherfucker. Handsome as fuck too.
he
See
probably-
the teeth on that
oh, yeah,
guy?
he probably fucking-
They're just glowing.
He'd probably bring the pain.
He is a handsome devil, dude.
They both were.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
Joey's.
Yep.
Joey's actually a diesel mechanic.
Oh, yeah?
As you know, full time he
His
was in the
gig.
service.
Yep.
I think working on helicopters.
Yeah, he was saying
and
he's
shit
coming
like
from Cali. Is he a New England guy or is he from
that.
Cali?
No. He when probably because of service, he has
Yep.
places to go.
Yep.
But he trained when he was in the UFC in Cali
Nice.
with all those
A lot of those
the
big
killers
gems.
there.
Yep.
And I don't know how he got to New Hampshire.
England,
I think
yeah.
that's where he's from.
Okay, yeah,
but
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, when he got to the big time
Yep.
or right before that,
Yep.
and that's why.
And he
He's
came back
training
to his
with
roots.
fucking some crazy, tough motherfuckers. So, dude, great fucking podcast with
always.
you tonight.
Yep, good one.
I'll be back Friday with Aaron Hughes.
Yep.
And,
I'll be back next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday we have Shane
Yes.
Dillahay
Shane,
in here.
my man, my training
I've
partner.
never spoken to him. I'm going to be very excited.
Yeah.
You're going to be leading that.
He's
whole,
a hot shit.
That whole podcast.
That'll be a good one.
I'm
looking forward to that.
We're going to be dissecting his past a little bit,
Sure.
giving
Yeah,
him
yeah,
some
we'll get into it.
support as far as what's coming in 2023, his last fight.
Such good things for Shane.
his,
He's got
pro debut
so
for
much
CES.
potential.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good kid.
Yeah, it'll be after training and all that. I don't know. I don't know if he'll train, but I'll train.
Well, I told him, you guys can talk about it. It doesn't matter. Whenever you guys get here, that's when the show starts,
That's right.
man. It's all about you guys when you get here.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's right.
Tommy,
Yeah.
fucking pleasure, bro.
Oh, always good, man.
So I'll see you next Wednesday.
Next
I'll
Wednesday,
be
we'll
back
be here.
Friday night, and we'll be doing more fight companions. I just want to say,
Any weird fights this weekend?
well, Saturday there's a
From
fight
UFC?
night. Fight
Yeah,
night. Stephen Thompson against
Wonder Boy, I knew that.
Yes, Wonder Boy against the guy that talks a lot, the black dude that he's awesome. He won on the Contender Series.
Bobby Lee? No.
Lost to Shima.
I have no clue.
Holland. Yes.
Oh yeah, Tolland?
Holland.
Holland.
Last name Holland.
We'll see. I'll have to
I got
look.
his fucking.
I'll have
last
to
name
bring it
on
up.
Holland.
Yeah, we'll have to bring it up.
But great guy, great matchup. But
Yeah.
I'm not doing a fight campaign for that.
Nah, not for the fight nights.
But I want to do a fight companion for the next UFC, which is on a Saturday night.
Sure.
If you want to make it,
yeah, I
you
want
know
to.
what I mean?
Yeah, I love it.
But I'm gonna put it there.
What's the main event?
I don't know yet.
No. Yep.
It might be the.
Mazova?
No, fucking 145-pound title holder against the 155-pound title holder.
I don't know.
Khabib's guy.
Another Russian?
I can't even think. I'm sounding like an idiot.
The guy with the
now. I
cleft
have 3
lip
beers.
there?
No, no.
Chimaev?
Yeah, but he fought Holland.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
choked Holland.
That's why I'm just getting
killed
confused.
Holland.
Oh, that was a close one.
All
that was,
right,
that was
I'm
a fast
ending the show
one.
because I have no idea right now.
Our factoids are fucking not working.
My resin hit joint and fucking 3 beers in
Oh,
me
yeah.
right now.
Infused pre-roll?
Yes.
Yes.
It was my
Nice, huh?
It was my VIP night.
Oh, nice.
But I do have one rolled that is fucking fabulous that we're gonna go smoke.
Okay.
At this moment.
Yeah.
With that said,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
thank you so much. Buy a hoodie. It looks fabulous. With that said, thank you, Joey Gomez
Those guys are great.
and Walter Smith-Cotito from
Pros.
TKA. With that said, we the
Cheers.
fuck out.